attraction in this bitch. Introducing Mr. Lit. Women
Hold up.
hissy fits.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Ah. Woo! Feels good, man, when you hear your own voice just sounding amazing. And you just, let me just let that beat, just let me just feel for me. Woo! Hold up! Now come on in, please. Hold your applause, cause we're making moves. Sir, is your mouth?
Right.
I ain't got time.
Keep pushing.
You can do me out, but what are you eating on? Are you calling yourself a prophet?
The intro is I got like 5 minutes of you bloviating before I get to say anything, so I have plenty of time to get my sample.
It's the show that came to be by the man you came to see. Welcome to the home of the organically fabricated, specifically unspecified, culturally uncultured radio podcast of No, I'm Right. And you are here with your you're doing the show now.
I'm doing the show.
Intellectually uneducated, entertainingly unentertained host.
Yeah.
Starting at number one position always. It is the main man, Dallas's favorite son.
Right.
Mr. LA runs Dallas himself. Mr. Main Attraction, of course. And as always, as you see why he dons the number 2 jersey. And in his No I'm Right official gear today.
That's right.
At least he did something right. He
I'm
showed us to
officially.
do a little bit of work.
I'm official.
Give it up to Haven's dad, Mr. Nathan, the Impossible
Kid. What's going on,
Kid
everybody?
Price.
Happy to see y'all, everybody. Tiny Tacos, loaded with the truth. Just letting y'all know. Broke my diet for these things. Pretty delicious. Anyway.
I apologize for
Show
the candor in which
Candor?
Mr. Price is showing tonight, but we apathetically implore you to tune in every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central for the absolute best use at wasting your time that you can't get back. And please remember the golden rule. I'm always right.
No, I'm right. Brother.
What's going on, sir? Let me go.
As we begin
Take these
episode 32, we have to hang our heads.
$600 shades about my face
We
real
gotta
quick.
hang our heads and mourn the loss of 1,200 rats or whatever it is they took to make
Chinchilla!
cheap chilla jacket you have on right now. I'm not really sure exactly why you decided to don that, but I will give you points for bravery because it takes a brave man to wear not only
The chinchilla
the cheap chilla
on top of the Burberry,
on top of
cutting
the
up with LA
blueberry
season 2.
That's the season 2.
The season 2 logo,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, 2 is the better number. Right. It's always about
Hey, that
progress.
just show you the progress. See,
Right,
the first one
progress.
was
Listen.
ordinary like your clothes
Listen.
with the logo, but
Right.
then when you're
Ordinary.
successful,
Right.
the print steps itself up, daddy.
The man makes the clothes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm the one that makes it look good.
Yeah, the man did make the clothes. You got that right, baby.
Right, absolutely. How was your weekend, brother?
Oh man, weekend was good. Man.
Weekend was good.
It was
Okay. 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
Martin,
very good.
MLK, Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther the King.
Okay.
Yeah,
Junior.
as
Right.
Eddie
All of them.
Murphy and Coming to America, one of his many characters.
I'm gonna call
Martin
him Clay.
Luther King.
I'm gonna call him Clay. Right. Absolutely.
Had a good one, man, and this was actually one of the best weekends, I believe. I think a lot of people enjoyed it and was in the spirit of MLK weekend this year. For some reason, I just felt it felt different than normal.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know the Chillins loved it. You know, got another break. You know, after coming off the long hiatus.
Long hiatus, got a little kink, little twist coming back to school, and got a pretty quick day off. I understand.
I know teachers mad because they ain't get much of nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No.
They still probably had to show up, do some paperwork, something.
Oh no, but still, I mean, you know, they off too.
We all
celebrate.
Any teacher named Patricia should have made sure they
Every teacher named Patricia.
Every one of them.
Patty,
yeah.
Can we?
Patricia.
I don't think I've ever called her that.
I
And
think you
she's
can't.
gonna throw something at me. So
I think you can't.
We're not gonna call her that. So okay,
Yeah.
no, I'm right alert. We do not call Patricia
We do
Patty.
not call her Patty.
Right. Hi, Patricia. Good to see you.
So Haven was no school?
No school for Haven.
But something major happened with Haven, I
think.
think. Sir, don't ruin the electric equipment. What's going on? Are you good? We good? Hold on. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks from Sandifer's Fried Chicken.
No.
Always.
Sandifer's?
Yes.
Okay.
It's new sponsor.
Okay. So
Okay.
when's the check come?
Well, if commercial breaks over. Oh,
It's
wait.
close.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So
Right.
yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
too hot. That's
Yeah.
what it is. I'm too hot. I'm distorting the airwaves.
It may have
with
been
all hot.
the many tacos coming out your breath. It's probably what's distorting the audio right
The
now.
delicious mini tacos.
That
from
you ain't
Jack
getting
in the Box.
a check from, and you gonna name them out.
They gave me this free.
There's no way unless they messed your first order
I
up.
told
You ain't getting
I
that.
told them it was a herring. Yeah, I got this free. That's all right. See, that's how I get myself for free.
I see.
I come in here doing all this charity work with you. I don't get paid for it, so I got to come do something. I got to get some sort of benefit out of this situation.
Okay, back to real
Back to,
stories.
yeah,
Haven.
so absolutely, yeah. My daughter, Haven, had a audition, a dance performing arts school audition on Friday for the Arlington Heights Performing Arts School of Performing Arts, and she got in. She did. She was one of, I think there was like 30 students that tried, and she was one of 5 that got in. So
Somebody in the family is talented. At least one person.
right.
Good degree.
Well, for the record, she got to get it from somewhere. So she's used to.
Gosh, I don't know where it then. I mean,
Well, she's
Jesus,
got strong legs and calves and thighs and back because she's seen her father carry people for so long that she's learned how to use that to her own ability to make herself strong.
there's quite a few things
Mhm.
that Nathan don't have.
Nathan doesn't have.
Okay.
What doesn't Nathan have?
Here's also, you want to see it? May I show you
Wait,
what
wait,
Nathan
wait,
don't
wait.
have?
Okay.
I'll show you what Nathan
You know what
don't
Nathan
have.
does have? Tiny tacos from Jack in the Box. I sure do.
Here's a few items that Nathan does not own.
Okay.
One is a hair sponge. Absolutely no reason Nathan owns this. Zero reason.
Why do you have a sponge in your backpack?
No, sir. We're talking about things you don't have, not things that I have.
Why do you have
Things you don't have. This is one.
What is that for?
This is for beautifying your luscious locks with juices and berries, which it seems like you've been having
Juices
drywall
and berries.
on top of your head for quite a while.
I don't mind being the butt of jokes, but
You got salad hanging off your finger up.
Yeah, I'm surprised you could identify what a salad is. Anyway,
LA runs with salads.
runs from salads. And they run from salads. Listen, that was the greatest name flip this for the world.
Okay. What else?
All right, what else? Okay, no, I was just
You got
saying.
more? I got more.
I think. Okay.
I got more.
All right.
Another thing
Sack full of goodies.
that Nathan does not have
Okay.
is essential beard oil by
Bedroom Candy.
Eros.
Shout out to
Proud
Candy.
sponsor. Thank you.
So, what is that again?
This is beard oil, which you don't have.
No, I do not have beard.
No, I mean, you don't have beard, so you don't have beard oil.
I have a beard.
No, sir, I don't know what that
I have a
is.
beard.
It looks like a skunk that was shedding his
Right.
fur.
Speaking from
Went near you
rat hair
and
jacket
just
wearing
flew it
guy.
on your
Okay.
face.
Sure.
And then you patted it down and said, let's go to work.
You are
Let me
right.
go to Jack in the Box before I go to work.
Trying chocolate.
That's what happened.
Delicious.
The next thing that Nathan
Does not have.
does not have
Is an experience called.
is a nice beard relaxer. Keeps it nice and straight. And
I think the audience wants to
beautiful.
know where the cord is
It's amazing. It's amazing.
The cord coming out of your backpack.
That's fine, sir. We don't need to break out the break full wall,
So, at
baby.
any- right.
They just called that
At
thing
any given
Nathan.
time, I just want to know, at any given time, you could sponge.
Few more things
Right.
Nathan ain't got is some lotion. Because
There's
you
more?
see them hands over there.
There's more?
There's a few more things he ain't got.
There's more.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, at any given time,
Mhm.
you can sponge your hair,
Mhm.
you can squirt your hair,
Mhm.
and you can relax your hair.
Indeed.
How often during the day do you do that?
I don't. You
Then
know,
why do you have a bag full of it?
sir, you just, when half travel with it. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
I mean, like you at the moment, like, oh
Sir,
man,
on
I'm kinda ugly. Let me
the
fix my-
many
let me fix my
trips,
hair.
the many miles that I take on these private jets, you just never know
Wouldn't
when you gotta
if
make
you could
yourself
afford a
right.
private jet? Wouldn't you have?
I don't know, it's not my jet. I'm flown by the many CEO buddies that I have
The CEO
to these
right,
different places.
You
So
and the
you know.
word buddies is very
Facts.
loosely related.
Oh,
Oh, there's more?
the biggest thing that I have
Oh, there you go.
that Nathan doesn't have
Okay.
is the latest edition of Unboxing with LA.
So this
What a segue in 2020 is amazing, Daddy.
Curvy, baby. I got you. Listen, I am riveted. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm so excited. I stopped eating my tiny tacos, man. So I want to mention something.
Flown straight up. Now you know how this was flown. Tell the audience how it was flown.
So
okay, come on, let them know.
There was a box.
Okay.
There was a guard.
Okay.
And there was a pilot.
That was it.
On the plane.
That's it. That's all that was on it,
That's all I
baby.
needed.
That's it.
Listen. So a black Nike box. I'm assuming they're Nike.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Good guess.
Right, size 13.
Yeah.
We saw 13.
Yeah, we did. It is. Ladies.
Right. Sure. Okay. So, unboxing with LA. What do we got?
You ready? Here we go.
No, I'm not ready, nor do I care. But
here we go.
First with the public. Wait a minute, can I ask a question? The Nike and the swoosh are registered separately?
Correct.
That's interesting.
That's how my boy rolls, man. He knows what he's doing.
What's his name again?
Hey, sir.
Because you keep saying your boy.
I told you last time his name was In Shizzle. That's what I call him. That's what I call him.
Right. So In Shizzle moves in silence.
We ready?
I know.
All right,
It's
here
not
we
gonna
go.
stop me. Should there be music? I don't think so.
Let's bring like a guest. Like a guest. Let's get the mic there. Like a guest. Kenny, can you hit a little music for our first? This is our first guest.
This is our first guest.
Yes.
There's multiple. Right.
Unboxing with LA.
Law.
Woo.
Okay. So, they're bi-colored. Yeah, they're bi. Those are bi shoes.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, these are the OG. These are the ones.
These are the ones.
These are the ones.
One of ones.
Lots of patent leather.
Indeed.
Gold, white, black, or bronze. Well, that's bronze, I guess, right? Something like that. All right, they're nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like that style.
Yeah.
Different shoestrings.
Yeah.
Holes in the tongue and the foot.
Come on, get that good old Nathan description. If you
Well, I mean, they're just honestly, if you want me to be honest, man, they're really lackluster as opposed to what you normally like. You brought some furry polar bear skinned Vans out here before, so some shiny
Those
air.
were Converse, sir. Those were Converse.
I couldn't care less either way. But these shoes.
A man
seem
without ever cares.
These shoes seem very normal. And when I think of you, normal is not the word I tend to use.
Extraordinary is probably one.
No. Abnormal is the word that I tend to
abnormally use. Handsome.
Abnormally strange.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
strange how
and I just
awesome.
look at them
Yeah.
and I'm like, you know what? I could buy a pair of those shoes.
Oh no.
No, I could. I wouldn't wear them because
absolutely no reason for you to deface these shoes by
Right.
putting your foot inside of them.
Right, because
Not at all.
you're the only one in the world that can have those shoes, right?
No, not the only one.
On the plane, there was only one.
There's only one.
Right. I'm sharing the narrative.
These are the Nike Gold Toe NRG Air Jordan 1 collection. NRG.
What is NRG?
NRG is more of a technical term used for Nike as a general release of a actual exclusive shoe that was called the Gold Toe shoe.
Now I've seen
that was different than these.
I've seen your shoe collection, most of it, 90% of it.
You were pretty.
Yeah, One time, I was lucky enough. I was blindfolded, hit with some bat spray, and came into the other entrance. But are those your first pair of Jordan 1s?
They're not.
They're not.
No.
I could have sworn they're your first pair of Jordan 1s.
No, sir. I own in the ones family. I think I'm up to 3.
Okay. Well, I think I missed those. Because I was like, those are a little too.
It would be the other patent leather ones I believe I unboxed, which was the red, the Carolina blue.
Oh, right. The no fear ones, right? Fearless.
Correct.
So that is 3. Okay.
And then the other ones was, I don't think they made the unboxing because I was already wearing them.
Right.
Which was the homage to home.
Mm-hmm.
Those were also made like those with the 3 different black, white, and red. One side it looks like the Air Jordan home colors, and the other side is the road colors.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm happy that you shared that with the audience, man. I mean, really, you come in and you show us exactly how you live and that you're happy and things are just going swell for you.
I got another gift for you.
What was the first one?
The gift, well, first me.
Okay, right.
To the show. 3
sure.
is
Nice.
Unboxing with LA.
Okay.
4.
So we're at 4.
Yeah, we're at 4.
Double digits soon.
4
Which type tacos?
is, no, I do not
Okay.
want tiny tacos.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to inform you
Okay.
and our viewing audience
Uh-huh.
that
And the singlings.
I have landed a deal with Mr. Facebook himself to have No I'm Right stream live
Mr. Facebook.
on Facebook Live every single week.
So you landed a deal.
Landed the deal.
You
I actually
orchestrated
landed it last week.
Right.
I just didn't tell you
anybody.
because I wanted to, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you can always stream it live at www.kmwimedia.com as well.
Nice. That was great.
And for playback, you can always go to youtube.com/noamright100
What kind of slash?
/
That's what I'm talking about.
noamright100.
No, right 100. Or call us at
Uh-oh.
203-802-K
Almost.
5694.
He's getting better.
Yeah, right. I didn't look down this time.
Right.
I looked away.
Away.
Right, listen.
Now,
That's perfect.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I have a guest. I got a guest. Let me tell you.
Second guest.
Let me tell you second guest. Let me tell you about this guest.
Mm-hmm.
I just decided to meet this guest.
Decided to meet her?
Yeah. I just said, you know what?
You can meet me.
Let me bring on the guest. This young person has aspirations of being a radio superstar, something like your boy. And so I figured, what better way
Right.
than to get her on the right track to success than following Mr. Success himself. So,
If
Without-
shoes made it so, my friend.
without ado or further,
With more, dude.
more ado,
Right.
I'd like everybody out there in No I'm Right land to give a warm welcome and a friendly hi to Kai. Hello, Kai!
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you doing?
We're good. Trying to make it through the day.
How are you?
I'm well.
Just a good radio one-on-one. You want to make sure that you have your microphone close enough so you can make sure the audience can hear. You want to always make precious love to that camera right in front, even when you're engaging. Looking to your right is probably not a pleasurable view, but to your left, you always got great views. And then straight ahead is your viewing public. So there's just a couple tidbits there. You got that?
Few tips to start us out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You know, want the girl
LA.
to skyrocket.
You wanted to
feel
go
me?
right.
You want to skyrocket.
Right.
To the moon.
To the top.
That's it.
To the top. Okay. Well, welcome to the show, Kai. We definitely are excited to have you here and learn some more information about you and your new level of excellence. Unfortunately, you have to be here. Is this your first time on?
Yes. No, not on the radio. It's the first time on your show,
Yeah.
of course. Yes.
Well, yeah, first time on our show. I mean, so give us a little bit of background. I mean, we're all coming in a little blind. LA is, and you know, the kind of person that goes off on his fly. You can see by the kind of shoes he buys. What exactly is your background in radio?
So in college, I studied communications, media studies. I did radio in college. My first internship was in radio in California. That's where I'm from.
All
Right, Cali,
Yes, West
That's
Coast
cool.
shorty. After that, came back, studied radio until I graduated and continued doing radio. After that, did TV, had an internship in DC and did a little bit of politics. And upon graduating, had my own podcast with some of my classmates. And then we stopped it. So now I'm going to be starting my own podcast pretty soon.
Dope. It's like she followed in their footsteps almost. Go ahead.
Besides the important school,
all the amazing travels and all that, you know,
right? Instead of
studies and
things of
you know,
substance,
accreditation,
right,
all that good
right,
stuff.
Yeah.
Right up my alley.
What is your podcast going to be about? Have you got a premise or behind the dynamic of it?
Well, so basically the dynamic, it's I'm not gonna have any co-hosts. It's still gonna be just me.
Okay.
However, I'm gonna have guests. We'll set up
Say
as
no more. I'm there. That's
Oh, okay.
fine. Don't
Right.
worry. Don't worry. I'll be there. No problem.
Welcome to my world.
I got you.
Yeah, right.
I got you,
We'll
girl.
set up and do either roundtable discussions or one-on-ones, just depending on really how the wave of the conversation or really the seriousness of the topic, how it'll go.
Are you more of a, I heard you talk about politics, poli-sci. Is that more what you're leaning towards? More social, entertainment?
More social, more entertainment. That's more of my thing. Okay. I have like a love-hate situation when it comes to politics, probably like the rest of the people in the world.
Right.
But I'm more of like unpopular opinion type of conversation starter. Yeah. Like to sit there and kind of hear other people what they may think about a specific topic. Exactly. No matter how many heartstrings it may push, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I like to hear whether it's agreeing or disagreeing. It still creates great dialogue.
Right. Now let me ask you this question. In regards to your voice, have you heard anyone compare your voice maybe to any current personalities? And because I like the voice, I actually think that it's very mature for radio. I think it's actually a home run because you got one of those voices. So do you think that may have taken you far? Is there any positions that you've been in where you were in competition for others while you were doing your studies? Did they have that type of rivalry going on in your school and education of communication?
Well, I've never had any type of rivalry when it came to talking or doing radio.
Because I know the business is like that.
Yeah, so it can be very competitive. Mm-hmm. No, nor has my voice ever been compared to anybody else's. Mm-hmm. From what I have heard, it's just something that I like to do. I like to call myself the conversational lush. I just like to talk. Yeah. So yeah.
I love the voice. I mean, it's very, unlike my co-host, your voice, it seems like it's a natural. So, have you done any music as well? I know you did kind of radio, and then I heard something about television as well. Have you got a chance to be any bit roles or extras or anything like that?
No, not in television. In high school, I did a lot of acting. Went to Performing Arts High School in California, kind of similar to what your daughter's got into. So congratulations on that.
Not him, his daughter.
She came from.
So,
sure. Sometimes diamonds come from crap.
Continue. Get it out. It's broken.
I definitely did a lot of acting, a lot of plays and things of that nature. I thought that was the way I wanted to go at first, but I always just like talking radio. I did television. It was more writing and reporting. I worked my way up to becoming a assistant news producer, so I did a lot of that, but I wanted to get more into entertainment reporting. Unfortunately, the station that I was at, they weren't going to be opening up a position like that, so just kind of moved around.
That's dope though. Mm-hmm. I like that, because I myself am working on trying to do the same thing in regards to writing scripts for a new series. So have you done script writing?
Yes, I actually have.
Nice. That's important. That's where you get your good content from.
Well, I was going to speak on content creation and how difficult it is to create something. I'm sorry, what?
Second ways. Second ways, baby.
Making words. All right.
Fox and facts,
right. No, I was speaking of
quick break. Please
creation.
understand, No I'm Right is brought to you by Main Attraction Entertainment, a product of Fox.
Facts Not Fox.
Facts Not Fox Productions.
That's right. Branding.
Please continue.
Right, no problem. Speaking of content creation, how hard is it to create content? I mean, it sounds like that's what you're really.
Was that from?
No.
Oh, it's for the guests.
Somebody who has created.
My goodness, I was like, man, where do I begin?
How difficult is it to create something out of nothing? I mean, just coming in blind and saying, hey, this is what I want people to understand about me and my point of view.
It can get difficult. Sometimes I can get bursts of creativity. And when I do that, I try to jot it down. Like I love to take my handy dandy notebook with me. Right. So when I do get those bursts of creative thoughts, even content, I'll literally plan it down, write it down. If I can get on the internet and find stuff and screenshot stuff in the series and try to put it in my notes or something like that. Okay. That's a way that I content create. How we used to content create on our old podcast was kind of just go with the flow of the media and just try to carve it into our own language, to try to get people, involved with the conversation with us talking about it.
Sure. And you said you have an unpopular opinion, so you're unabashedly unapologetic, I'm assuming. Like you don't really care what people think about your opinion, it's yours and your own opinion.
Correct.
Right, so is that something that, dealing with a lot of these talking heads and pundit shows, like not pundits, but like sports shows, like First Take or a what's the other, First and Goal or
First and 10,
Undisputed, right? Stuff like that, where there's a lot of screaming and a lot of like, my opinion is this and my opinion is that. How do you separate yourself from just being loud and then having an unapologetic point of view that really says something?
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it difficult to stay on, to keep people's attention if you're not over the top?
It can be hard to keep certain people's attention if you're not over the top, or if you don't stoop to their level.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't stoop to their level, I've been blocked.
Right.
I've been deleted.
Right.
I've been cussed out. I've been, all that stuff just because you may not,
Right.
you may not agree with like a certain
Sure.
topic. I mean, I really don't know what the rated, if it's PG or rated R on this show.
This shit is R.
Okay, so for example, I remember one time it was just for an example, unpopular opinion, and it's kind of, are you sure nothing is off limits?
Nothing is off limits.
Okay, so
LA's
basically,
gay.
okay, perfect. So basically,
The guest is
Not
talking.
so much perfect.
The guest
Okay,
is
you're right.
talking.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
okay, so perfect. It ended up being a status about having sex and women not liking, having their breasts sucked on. I shared it and I said, sis, I'm with you. I don't get feelings out of that either. A whole bunch of women start commenting, oh, sis, speak for yourself. That's, that's my spot. And I'm just like, that's fine.
Right.
Everybody has their own kink. That's not mine. And this one girl in particular, I went to school with her and everything. I thought that was my ace boom coon.
Right.
Sis got so mad. She started a whole nother section, blocked me and deleted me.
Really?
All because we didn't have the same kink. And I was like, dang.
Man.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah,
you know. So that was just that was a wild. Yes. Yeah, you may like that.
Put your candle out.
That, that too.
I don't think I want to
That-
keep the guest on the show
that-
for the rest of the show.
She's talking about tea sucking.
Gee, that's about no candles though.
There are candles on the
Yeah,
table.
that's about the
I
only
was
candle I'm
thinking of
interested in talking
putting the
about.
candles
I
on.
hope you were.
Right.
Because that's the only candle I'm interested in.
I know.
That's it.
Right.
Uh,
See, anyway, but no, I
That
can
sounds good.
understand what you're saying as far as not being. I understand. I'm getting the go sign from Mr. Anderson.
Because she had more.
I was going to try to get her to get.
Yeah, if you can, please. I mean, that's
no,
what we
thank
do.
you. I'm going to go back to my tiny tacos.
Okay.
They
Well,
love.
I'll
they,
ask her.
They love me.
Nathan wanted me to ask you.
What?
before the show.
For all the time we saw each other before the
He,
show.
he wanted me to ask you,
Yeah.
based off of the kinks that you were not interested in.
Oh my goodness.
You know.
What are you interested in?
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
LA
is
took the
not-
words right out of his own mouth.
I'm sorry.
As I
Kai.
was speaking for Nathan.
Kai, on this show, you will find a lot of things that LA is afraid to talk about. You will just
Underline it
use
with
me
you.
as a vessel.
Okay.
Just
Afraid?
as a vessel. We'll go through me to say these things.
If they transcribe this show, they're going to have a hard time having to spell out that.
Exactly. Fact. So, I guess what we like to get into on this show sometimes is just people's personal life. I mean,
Not yet.
relationship.
Girl ain't even asked the question.
I'm getting to that to give her some background. That's all.
the coward move. That ain't no.
But the coward mood is it. Nathan wanted me to ask you this.
That ain't no right. Yeah, that's always our thing.
Nathan wanted me to ask
Nathan
you
under the
this.
bus as usual.
Well-
That's why you walk in with tire marks. Come on now.
Sure.
So let's ask her the questions, the tough, hard-hitting questions. Let's start some.
Okay.
Let's go.
Kai, what are you into? I guess that's what he wants to know.
Like, I like
Sexually.
Oh, I like men.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sexually,
right.
Mr. Over
There you go. You and LA have that in common.
All right.
Continue.
Right. I like being a man, and you like men. That's exactly what we have in common.
Okay.
Yeah, I like men. I'm not into women sexually. I'm not open to threesomes, even if I was in a relationship.
Not forces.
Definitely not. It's just me and that man.
We got
Correct.
the whole number thing.
Correct. What else?
I guess we should ask, are you in a relationship now?
No, I'm actually single.
You're single? Are you single and looking or single and just chilling?
I'm actually single and looking now.
Now.
Are
Okay.
you Lizzo's single? I think, as they are.
What do you
the kids
mean
are
as
now
far
saying.
as single?
You know, they're
Single.
saying the words twice. twice now. So
Oh, like, are you single? Like, no,
Right.
I'm like literally single. Like, as you see, like nothing has gone off on my phone. It's just on mute. Nobody's looking for sis. Nobody's looking for sis.
Oh, come on now. Let's not go there. Come on now. We can't say that.
No, I
mean,
know
there's
so.
There's a cat for every pin. That's what I said.
There definitely
Nathan
is.
has
But I
done-
Beat me to it.
think my cat may have fell underneath
Your
the
cat
seat
might have fell- it's
somewhere.
okay, it's
Underneath
okay.
a car seat somewhere.
It's okay. Yeah, me and these
Oh,
tiny tacos
man.
have romance forever. But no, I mean it's okay. Like I said, we were speaking about your kinks and things like that. But when you're in a
Right.
relationship, are you? I guess the question I was going to ask is, are you celibate? Do you still engage in intercourse, or are you single and waiting for marriage? Or are you single waiting for whatever?
I'm single, but I still engage.
Engage.
Yes, no,
Gotta engage.
I tried to do the whole
So you
abstinent
do
thing.
celibate.
No, I did abstinent. Celibate is like when you just take that vow. Abstinent is like,
He's
Oh,
he's doing a word flip. He's trying to say
Oh,
that
God.
you sell it a bit.
oh, you trying to play me?
Right. Listen, yeah,
I mean, she said, I'm sorry.
Well, I said it first, but I'm just saying, yeah, but no, your abstinence. I know a lot of women. I don't want to categorize it, but you
He
saying
does,
that.
he just-
No, I don't. Because all I was going to say was
won't,
that
but he does.
women get off of a certain relationship, are burned, and they say, okay, I'm done with this. I'm not doing anything until I find the right one, so to speak.
Like you.
I am the right one. I am always the right one for every situation involved, right?
I'm so serious.
Right.
You got a line for me?
Right. Throw it up. Listen, you missed the dunk that time. No, I just was asking. Like I said, we're talking about the kinks. We're talking about relationships, and you said you're dating. So what type of individual, man, as you said, you're attracted to men, are you looking for? What is the ideal Kai dude?
Okay.
What does he look like? What does he do? Does he wear cheap chill jackets? I don't.
If he does, it's a shame, because ain't nothing cheap about mine. $1,200 check, I tell you.
I know for sure that I don't have a certain look, but I do have educated. I want him to be educated. Some definitely want him to
What
have
level, though?
Yeah.
at least college. College.
Some college, like when they say some college on the application, or
He enrolled.
It's really
but he dropped him after the first day drop.
yeah. He came in there and was
Yeah.
like, too
You know,
much
I
for me.
can't even be.
Some college.
I can't even be mad at just some college, you know what I'm saying? But the dudes that just, really just dropped out and didn't even try.
Right.
You always, I'm gonna say you always try to give people a little bit of a chance, and try to help them with their potential, whatever. And it's always those ones that you end up being like, dang,
Right.
I really stepped out on faith with you and gave you a chance, and you don't even have a degree.
So
Dang.
he can be attractive and dumb as a box of
No,
rocks.
no, I don't
And
want
you
that.
ain't even.
Well, no, she
Not
said
interested.
looks, but she wants intelligence over looks.
Yeah, I do definitely want, and something going for themselves.
So he can
Positively.
look and smart as a whip.
Looks are important, but they're not going to be the first thing that I'm looking for. Of course, when you find somebody attractive, that's what you see first. Like, oh, she's beautiful, or he's handsome. Yes, so that's the initial. Okay,
Of
boom.
course.
And now after that, you start talking to me, and it's like downhill from there, or we really can't relate on something.
Because you are aware that you can get smarter,
Of course.
but you can't get more attractive.
You can't get more attractive, but you can't fix ignorant either.
Right.
And you can get that out of a first conversation with someone.
I'd like to disagree with LA's point just a minute. You
Uh-huh.
can obviously fix unattached. You got a bag full of fix in there with all your weird
But
stuff.
why do you still look the same, sir? That's what I'm saying.
Ergo your point. I don't have that shit in my bag. I don't need
Well,
that
you
shit.
can just have the damn bag.
Well,
As long as your point is made,
Your
you can
go-to
have the
bag.
damn bag.
No. Looks are important.
Yes, they are.
They are important. It's as you said, it's the first thing you see. It draws you in, and it doesn't.
I'm just looking at.
My looks
I'm
are not
sorry. Go
important.
ahead. I'm sorry.
My
I'm
looks
sorry.
are. Listen,
I got.
I have one of
Show me
those
the track.
faces
Sorry.
that really
That are
is
made
indescribable.
for radio
Right. Absolutely.
and not audio,
Right.
and not visual, and not
so,
anything.
so let me get it straight.
Just looking at the radio.
I got a bad voice, bad face,
Yes.
no radio ability, and what else is it? No bag full of tricks.
No.
That's it.
No chinchillas.
So, no chinchilla. No chinchilla.
No private jet
No private
jokes.
jet, nothing. So based off of that scale, I'm just some sort of loser, some sort of
I wouldn't
miscreant.
say loser.
Right.
You're just part of the crowd.
Which
You know how when they draw the little scenes and it just be crowd shadows?
Right.
You're
It's
the
me.
tall one.
I'm the one in the back. Right. Which brings me to my point. First of all, fuck you. And my second point is, my new slogan is happiness on purpose. 100% happiness on purpose. Regardless of what I come here every week. Regardless of what you say, regardless of what anybody else says about me and who I am, I enjoy who I am. I'm happy. So I have to make it a point to be happy through all the nonsense that I get from some people. And I'm just saying, I don't know, just saying. Building me up, as it were, I have to choose happiness on purpose. So I don't need to have a bag full of tricks. My voice is phenomenal, by the way, but we're not going to get into all of that. My face is fantastic.
Sing it, Mary.
Thank you. No more drama.
Said I ain't do it.
But
You're not
for me,
my
it's
tears.
better. Yeah, I'm gonna set your shit on fire too. Right. But for me, it's important to put that message out that it's more about how you feel about yourself. I personally have had struggles with depression. I've had struggles with self-doubt. So what I'm into in 2020, moving forward, and this is my movement, just like making moves, thanking God is yours.
No, it's ours. So no, I'm right, product.
Right. Facts, not false.
There.
Happiness on purpose is mine. Logo coming soon. But didn't mean to stop down. I just kind of wanted to say that. I did.
You're the show's stop down. That's
yeah,
what you
Mr.
are.
Stop down.
Yeah,
Right,
facts.
right,
Yeah,
right,
we'll
right.
put that on your camera.
Right. Getting back to our lovely guest.
Kyle was almost out of there.
Right. She was like,
You lost her.
happiness and this dude and this.
Happiness.
No, that was
over-
good. That was good.
Happiness over snooze,
Snooze, right.
Oh man.
Yeah. But no, I mean, so we talked about relationships, talked about certain kinks. I mean, you are more open on this show than LA has ever been.
Aw.
Like, I mean, he's out of the closet now, finally, thank God. But
That's
other
good,
than
that's
that,
good.
right, it's good.
I changed
Speak your
wardrobes,
truth,
what I
queen.
do.
Right, speak your
So
truth.
what I do. Speak your true queen.
Right.
Double fist.
There you go.
I'm interested in your topics. Like you said, you were talking about the breast sucking and titty sucking, things like that.
I thought you was interested in those topics.
Oh, yeah.
You charlatan, you go ahead.
I'm open sexual.
You're No,
I'm
you're
what?
not asexual at all.
No, I'm not asexual.
You're asexual.
I'm a sexual person, but I'm not.
Predator.
Right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm not a predator. I mean, like, okay, so I'll have to stop down again. Raise the price. I want to make sure you put that out there to the ethos, right? Put that out there.
Can you make sure we edit that?
Right.
It's out there.
Is a.
Right. I was not aware of what you were saying is that a lot of women are not interested in breast play that you encounter.
Speak on that, sis.
That is interesting to me because I have felt that the opposite is true.
I like titties.
Yeah, and a lot of guys do, which is why sometimes women will just kind of look down at you like you're breastfeeding, like, oh.
Right.
How to look? Oh, how to look down?
Look down at you like, we're breastfeeding, like, oh, we don't want to interrupt you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, other things are happening too.
I'm trying to figure out how she
you know,
looks
we
down.
have a
Speaking of
baby.
sexual predator, would you
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
over?
I'm
Stop
trying to get her
opening
to
our
show
guest?
me what she, how you look. She
Brother,
looked down
there you
trying
go.
to see what she's
There.
saying.
There, wipe your mouth.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what she's.
sitting
Look,
there,
I'm trying to make sure
you
I
are
see.
objectifying.
No, I'm trying to see what she sees.
You haven't seen breast before?
I don't know. I
You
just.
don't know? I don't know.
I don't know.
Right, yeah. I've seen one, but not two.
I've never seen him in the studio.
Right. Yeah, I've seen breasts, but not your breasts. Right. That's what you're trying to say.
I haven't seen best breasts.
Right.
Brought to you by.
Go ahead and add that plug in.
Right, get it in. Yeah, so I guess that is something that is a scenario that women don't find that attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel? Okay, get on that. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say just some women, we don't get a feeling from it.
Have you seen a scenario where it's more women with larger maybe not having that feeling.
Sensation.
Oh no,
Or
when I posted that topic, women with breasts of all size, comment on it. Said yes, they get feeling from it. Some said no. Some said they didn't get it until after they got a piercing. Some said, just I guess certain ways that you have to do it.
Yeah, because there are different ways to tweak a nipple in order to get stimulation.
Facts, not fault.
Someone can held, pinched, tugged on,
Bite.
bite, twirl.
Listen.
I'm going through the gambit.
Don't.
I can't.
No.
Go down the
It's
list.
not what this show.
It's not a sensational list.
It's
It's a
not,
sensational show.
It's not a candy show, okay? Candy.
She
It's not-
but never invited me back. Guess I got two open on Candy's show. I never
It's not
got that.
candyologist.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just saying though, there are different ways to stimulate. So I was wondering, with breasts being such a big industry, bras,
Why
sexual,
girl mouth you?
Lingerie,
right,
things of that
lingerie,
nature,
the enhancement. It seems as
Okay.
if that
Because
is
it's
what.
sexual.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I think like there's a lot of focus on the breast area that guys or men naturally feel like that's something that you're trying to accentuate, that you want paid attention to.
Of course, because that's where people's eyes will go first. To a woman's breasts, to her hips, to her butt.
No, why
But
would-
sometimes
with
people, sometimes men will look at other things, like they'll look at a woman's hands, like or her neck. Oh, she wears jewelry, her ears, the way she keeps her hair,
So you see-
even feet.
Yeah, I do.
I mean,
LA's
I like that.
You like that? Whoa, you like feet?
No, I like my feet being.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sucked on.
Correct.
No nipple, but
Yes.
toesies.
Boom.
All right.
Let me tell you this. Those who in the know. Let me tell you this.
All right.
Men look for skin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? No matter where.
Right.
Yeah, y'all look
I see where you're going. I see
Y'all
where you're
look
going.
at
Men
an
look
angle.
for skin. All of that you got on, you know what I'm saying? If I wasn't keeping it professional, which I always am on the show, I would be, I'm trying to look for skin. I'm looking for skin. So, you got all this covered up and all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to just search where, if we was out in the street, of course, not in the professional radio
Right.
setting, but I would be looking for anything with skin. So
Right.
that's what men are going to look at. So you're correct about that. I don't know why this brother act like he ain't down with everything.
Everything.
Because you does, from what I understand,
First of all,
everything.
I am,
Grossness.
like there are two things. Like you go to a gas station, there's a self-serve, there's a full service pump. I am the full service pump.
You are the
Right.
gross
So there are when it comes to that kind of thing, there aren't many things that I am adverse to. There are. I do have limits. I have hard limits. But as opposed to the commonplace regular stuff, no. If I haven't tried it, we can try it. We can figure it out.
Full service.
Because full service. Because I'm in the business of pleasure for that other individual, because I want them to do the same for me. So if I'm seeking that, if I'm seeking pleasure, I should be open to give that in return, regardless of their question. We can talk about it. Like nipple play, clamps and piercings and things like that, and strength. What?
I'm
He's
listening.
blushing. He's a mean potatoes
So
guy.
sorry. This is, make sure from Radio Etiquette 101 that you're learning from me. Learn what things not to bring up
Content.
abruptly, okay?
Sorry, just
As a
topics.
content professional,
Right.
make sure you don't work blue all the time, okay?
Right.
Noted.
Sure.
Noted.
We done?
So, as far as in these kinks, did you happen to mention on this show what you prefer as far as, most women say they meet ass men, they meet breast men and all of that. So outside of somebody that's fugly but has a PhD, what kind of man are you looking for him to be with you?
Somebody emotionally open and invested. I don't have time for
Right.
else.
That.
That correct.
Emotionally invested?
And open.
How you gonna find out that from the flirt? You flirting, y'all doing what kind of? Do you want him to?
I mean, of
This
course,
is-
initial
I know, of course,
initial
that's why I asked
flirting,
you.
and that's why I'm telling you. Of course, the flirting and stuff that'll
Yes.
come naturally, going out on first dates. But after a while, during that stage, it goes further than just looks, and is this person willing to be open and have a conversation, just about things that may be worldly or things between you two or just personal things.
So are you one of these women?
One of these women. That's one of my favorite.
I like how
segments.
stuck that. That's always
you
good.
one of these funky women.
The shoulders go up.
Right, yeah, it's like.
So are you one of these women who expects a man to write a dissertation before he puts you in that participation? Is that what I'm understanding? You want one of those kind of guys that's gonna give you an essay before he lay you down in the worst way. You get what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
Nobody knows. Nobody really knows.
Nobody really knows.
So, in your preference for a guy, you rather for a guy to invade your mind before invading your body? Is that what I'm understanding?
So,
you want him to?
Are you asking me
do
I want to be like open and being manipulated,
mentally yoking
stimulated
all the way before?
You could just say yes.
Can
Because
shake
all
your
the stuff
hand.
he's saying sounds like it's.
No, I don't even know exactly where you.
Well, I'm just saying. You said you want to make sure you have a conversation, right? So you don't want to make sure it's not just all about looks.
I don't want to date somebody that's a brick wall. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to date somebody that you cannot talk to, that you can't conversate with, versus just like just initial conversation, like
Small talk.
Like,
Right.
do you want to travel? Why would you want to travel there?
Right.
What are you into? What are you not into? Why don't you like that? Are you open to dating? Why not? Well, like let me know up front so I know exactly what I'm getting into.
Do you know what types of your fellow queens? Can you kind of tell which ones would go for one or the other? Like what more one is going to be looking for in your time in the industry and all of that? Have you seen that more driven women, more hustle mode women, or whatever, would gravitate more toward a man that they can click with on, having the drive, having that, hustle spirit just like them?
Yeah, we do want that. We want somebody that, like you were saying, could be equally yoked with, because it's you have more stuff in common. But I had this conversation yesterday, and one of my friends made a really good point. It's a bigger pull for men, for you all to find somebody, versus women on a different spectrum trying to find somebody on our level. Why? I don't know. It's just harder, because
No, I'm sorry.
I don't want to say the expectations.
What do you mean bigger pool? Are you saying that
As
what
far as
we're attracted to, there's more of?
For what you guys are attracted to and what you may be looking for, it's a bigger pool for you guys versus somebody like me.
Right.
I've been single for 3 years, and it's harder for me to date because I have my standards have changed, and what I'm into is different now. So
Yeah, but I think what you're saying sounds like you're putting yourself in a situation of what I want as a person, but you're putting men in the situation of men in general like a certain thing there's more of.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you specialize your own interests, like you're saying, I like an intelligent man that has, that makes money and is driven and travels. Me as a person will say, I like a woman that likes those similar things. So I think finding someone, like you guys say, equally yoked, is difficult no matter what the gender, especially if you have more than just surface thoughts and surface ideas, the deeper conversation. And really, I'm more into vibration, like how I feel when I'm around somebody.
Vibrators.
Because
You like vibrators?
speaking of
vibes and good energy.
vibes and good. Thank you for staying on
okay.
top. I
Right.
appreciate that for ignoring that bullshit. Anyway,
Well, you like clamps, so what the hell?
Aligning, yeah.
Right, aligning yourself with somebody
Clamp master.
who is going in the same direction as you, or
Correct.
similar, or who
Similar.
can help you in your direction. Maybe somebody who's been down the road you're going to, and they can help you out. You have similar likes and interests. That's who you want to have a life with. That's who you want to have a child with. That's who you want to build a future with.
Correct.
Not somebody who is just as surface as can be. Just has no interest in anything other than
And just blocked off. And
right, and just has
isolated.
no interest in anything important, no substance, no nothing. You look at that and say, why am I wasting my time with you? Yeah, you look good. Yeah, you got this. Yeah, you're good in bed or whatever it is. But what can you do for me once we wake up the next morning?
Right. What can you really offer me?
Where are you offering me? I think that is more indicative of a small subsection of people
Correct.
rather than the big picture of, oh, well, he looks good and he's got money, so I'm gonna get with it. Same with the men too. She looks good, and is going to make my friends jealous. That's all surface stuff. When you're alone with that person, how do you feel? How does that person make you feel? Those are important topics. Important issues when it comes to relationships. What you're feeling for that person.
And I feel that more importantly than that, what I would say more importantly, I would say equally important is that whatever brought you to the dance, so to speak, whatever got the attention, and you know it did, keep that going.
Right.
Like, upgrade that, elevate that. A lot of people get complacent, and that's the whole thing about it, is that, okay, like you man that has some substance. We all mentioned people have substance, and substance is great. But then what are you connecting with outside of the fact that you guys have big brains? It's just like the same issue with physicality. What do y'all have outside of great sex? So it's the same thing. It's like, I think a healthy balance is key. And I think that whatever brought you there, you always need to elevate that. A lot of people don't get that, so they get complacent, like, oh, I'm going to go home and have a sparring rendition of an intellectual conversation with my lady. Okay, and
but that may stimulate you though.
No, but I'm saying I'm
stimulate
saying that it was more to that though. It's more to looks, just like it's more
somebody
to
that's also going to be supportive. Just to throw out there, I had a conversation with my mentor earlier today, and he just used this as an example. He said, if I had my wife and I came home from work one day and I said, hey babe, what if I wanted to buy property and flip houses and things of that nature? She's like, oh yeah babe, that's good. I think you should really do that. Let's do that. And then a couple hours later, she's like, oh babe, I'm hungry. Let's go eat. Versus my wife, I'm coming home to her and let her know, hey babe, I want to buy property, ... Same scenario. Then the next day at work, and she sends you a list of different properties you can buy out. So it's really like who heard you and who really listened to you,
Right.
So I don't want somebody who just heard me, like, oh, my girl wants to have a podcast, like, hey, go like my girl's podcast, versus, hey babe, listen to this podcast, and from your first episode to your X amount of episode, you sound different, you create content different. I'm gonna send you this episode, listen to this, it was a really good and it's like, not only are you just supporting me, you're not only listening to me, but you're hearing me.
Right.
And that should also be reciprocated, like, oh babe, you cut hair, you doing this, down the third. Well, I seen this online, and this guy has his own beard oil, and he does this and he does that. Maybe this is something we can look into. Let's look up some natural herbs and see what else we can do to, get you to your point.
Yeah.
So, being able to reciprocate that energy versus just looks or good sex or a nice conversation, or not being a brick wall, but actually really vibing and balancing each other out.
Absolutely.
Sound like you MC Light right now. Like I really was waiting on a beat in the background. And you start spitting.
Are you old enough for MC Light?
I do know about MC Light. I'm 26. I used to really be in love with old school rap. Also, MC Light is a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and that's also the sorority.
Say it again. Sigma Gamma. I don't know.
Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. MC Light is a member, and I'm also a member of that same.
Ain't that 100 years?
No, we turned 100 in 2022.
Oh, okay.
Zeta Phi Beta just turned 100.
That was what okay. I'm trying to keep up with all so many amazing fraternities, sororities out
Yeah, they
there,
all
man.
had their Founders Day early
It was
January.
lit up, baby. We had a bunch of this and this and all of this and all that stuff.
We're never gonna do that.
If Lil Boosie can do it,
You were not gonna do it.
Lil Boosie just said, I'm gonna be.
Right, I'm gonna do what I got. Show me the shit.
That man was wild.
Yeah, he was out of bounds.
So, to stay with the theme today.
We have a theme today?
Kind of.
It kind of like veered off to tacos, kinks, and relationships.
That's the name of the
That's
show.
the name of the show.
Tacos, kinks, and
Look at
relationships.
you. You are graduating, boo-boo. That's what I'm talking
I feel
about.
like I would really, if I seen that on the caption, tacos, kinks, and relationships, I'm going to go exactly to that. I love tacos.
Kenny, mark it up. Okay, so No, we're going to go old school because you mentioned old school rap, so we're going to go old school. Give me, between high school and college, your best date.
My best date.
During that time. That's your most memorable date you can remember back in that time. What did a young suitor take Miss Kai to tickle her fancy
What was the best
back in the
date?
cab?
Why is it?
Let me think on that. I'm really trying to think on that.
As you do that, think and
Yeah.
give us some time to talk. I gotta talk to LA for a second. Why don't you just ask her out? I mean, you're looking at her boobs, you're trying to find out what her best date
I am
is, you were talking about her Kinks.
professional
Why don't you just, I mean,
radio
listen,
host.
I will leave the room.
I'm sorry.
Me and Pat,
that
Trisha,
she
are gonna look in the room.
I'm sorry
Right.
that she has let you know
Okay.
that you are not meeting requirements
Oh,
on
okay.
anything that she's
Sure.
interested in, okay?
100%.
But I'm trying to get
Happiness on purpose. You know what? Every time you insult me,
purposely happy.
every time you insult me, happy.
What's yours, sir?
What's
From back in the gap.
My best date?
Yeah. I'm sure it's
It was,
includes Williams
Christmas.
chicken and the rate.
I can answer the question, or you talking? I don't know. I mean, I know how to answer the question.
One of those.
Is it Ritz crackers and what? I don't know. 1997
Wow.
or 96, I think. 96.
I was
Christmas.
And he was 33.
Thank you for reminding me once again that I'll be.
And he was 33.
I'll be 40 in 2020. You're 26 and I'm 40.
Oh man.
I remember when I was 26. That was my daughter was
He
born
remembers when he was
in
40.
2006. I do. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, 40 was a long time ago.
My best date. No, it was with a young lady that I had no business being with. She was older than me.
That makes all of them.
Right. Enjoy the chips, fat boy. Anyway, so we went out to the movies. It was Christmas Eve, as a matter of fact. I'm sorry, 1996. And we went for a walk in our neighborhood. And she told me some things about her personally. We walked for 2 or 3 hours. And I thought in high school that I wasn't as popular as I turned out I was.
You thought.
So that and she was the popular girl. So for me, just that experience and me being vulnerable, her being vulnerable, it not being about anything else. There's no money involved. We didn't do anything. We just walked and talked. And for me, shout out to her. I won't mention who that is.
But shout out.
Shout out to her. She probably wouldn't remember that, but shout out to her and that situation, and that really letting me know that there are things in this world that I do not have to be afraid of, because everybody is afraid of something, and everybody is insecure in some way. And this person who I looked at as the every girl, cheerleader, captain of this, and do all sorts of stuff, I thought that she had it all worked out. And me being me, I thought that I didn't. But I've come to find out we're both the same. So to me, that was more opening and enlightening for my life. Not so much romantically, but opening and enlightening for my life as far as dates concerned. That's my answer to your question, Mr. Anderson. Then you can get back to Triscuits and Cheetos, whatever the heck you're talking about. Well, radio silence is a good thing. So have you have your answer back?
Since Nathan definitely didn't answer the question.
Fully answered.
I don't. I'm going to honestly say I don't have a best date. I don't have that date that just
Nothing
wowed me.
memorable.
Nothing memorable.
There you
Like
go,
when
Ellie, she left
Oh,
the door for you.
I'm really trying to think about
Baby.
like dead ass serious. I'm really trying to think about what was really a good date. I don't have a best date.
You know a good date for me back in that time?
Nobody asked.
Huh? What y'all say?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Thank you,
nobody.
man. Sorry.
Nobody.
Hey,
Literally.
You might not have,
Literally.
but they can't. I can't hear them.
asked.
But they're
No one
definitely
said,
saying,
"Hey,
LA, please tell us."
Hey, LA, tell us more
Nathan
about
told
you.
us nothing as usual, and his
Tell
mouth
us-
was moving for
tell
too
us
long.
more about
Please
you.
tell us.
The show has been
So-
about other things for too long, LA. Please tell us more
So
about
my back in that time frame.
What time frame is that? What? How old are you again? What?
I would say back in that time frame, I'll probably go to high school, and my most memorable date was at AMC 30,
Mesquite 30.
Mesquite, and a young lady, which I won't mention her name. Because I don't remember which one of the ones it was.
Ooh, you
But
trifling.
Anywho, Mesquite 30, went to see a movie, popcorn, it was at the same drink. I think we saw a couple movies that day, went to the car.
Skipping movie thing.
It was, that was before all the connections I have.
Right.
So,
yeah, you just stealing shit.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta steal before you get
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
It was a rainy night. I remember putting my jacket on and walking to the car. Sir,
You are totally.
Are you okay?
You are making this.
I swear I'm not.
100%.
Put my jacket on, walking to the car.
It was raining.
It was raining.
The snow was
So the windows was fogged up,
Mm.
so we weren't ready to go home yet. So,
You didn't watch two movies.
Sir, can I tell my story? Just because mine is more entertaining
Right.
than yours,
Okay.
can I finish my story?
Everybody's got their own.
So then I turned the car on, put on some slow jam CD, because CDs were a thing.
Yeah.
So I put the CD in, played it. We were in the back seat,
Oh.
kicked up, chilling, like we were like at the park and just sitting together talking and
Car conversations,
romancing and all of that. And then the windows were fogged up a little more for a little while, and then I drove her home. And that was an awesome.
I don't
date.
believe any of that. 100%.
That is absolutely what happened.
False and false.
Sir, I'm
100%.
sorry.
Okay,
that
no. Don't.
You and those zoo animals
Right.
hanging
Sure.
out. Okay,
Listen.
you putting out candles on the on the little piggies and all
I'm
that
just saying,
Charlotte's Web.
You want to tell
man.
me you were in a parking lot with foggy windows with a young lady in Mesquite back when it was hot and police were out there and nobody came to disturb you?
Obviously, it wasn't
Okay.
during that time of season.
Sure, okay.
Kai, could you please look at the camera? It's another radio thing for you. Let them know all of your social media information and where they can find it.
All right, everybody, you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Kai Michelle, MSKAI, That's the same on Twitter. You can also find me at Miss Kai Michelle on Facebook and like me. Thank you.
We appreciate Miss Kai for showing up and being our guest. I think she has a bright future in this industry. Matter of fact, I think it's so bright. Kai, you can look one more time and go ahead and close us out.
All right, everyone. Thanks.
Coming up with LA Season 2 is in filming right now, baby. Know I'm Right merchandise available online. This is the Know I'm Right Instagram and Facebook pages. Also, all episodes Cutting Up with LA Season 1 are available. Check the LA Runs Dallas page on Facebook and Instagram. Remember to send all questions, inquiries, concerns, and anything else you just won't care about to knowimright100@gmail.com and on the Know I'm Right YouTube page. That is Know I'm Right 100. That is youtube.com/Know I'm Right 100. Alright? You can DM us and Know I'm Right on Facebook and Instagram, but not Twitter, because they just simply don't have enough characters, kinks, clamps, or none of that for Nathan's ego. Brought to you by Main Attraction Entertainment, Facts Not False Productions, from the executive suite at KMWI Media Studio. This is Dallas's favorite son, signing off. And remember the golden rule. I'm always
No, I'm right. Good night. All right. You are like the ESPN documentary series 30 for 30 with interrupting guests. 13 for 30.
That's your thing?
Yeah.
That is your, and nobody, I should know, yeah, I'll do it.
I really didn't know what to say.
Right.